Hi guys.
Hi, this is Elena.
And Michelle.
So this is a different video from what I normally do because I'm a 3D artist. I like making my stuff on the computer, but the other day I just really wanted to make something in real life. So I pulled out some watercolor paper, put some watercolor onto it.
You just have watercolor paper?
I do. I'm an artist. I have watercolor paper.
Who are you being?
All those videos.
Okay.
Yes, I do that. It's and this is kind of like an ode to you don't need fancy supplies to just make art, because I didn't really have a watercolor set. I just looked in Michelle's like schoolroom for the kids. This is just one of those basic like $1 watercolor things. You can just find it at any store. Honestly, when it dries, you can barely even see the colors. It was weird. I should have put maybe a second layer on. And you might be able to see that the paper is starting to bend a little bit because of the wateriness. It doesn't do that anymore once it's dry. So,
Did you have to press it with anything?
I did not.
Nice.
Surprisingly. Yeah, I was really also trying to channel furrylittlepeach, that YouTube artist, because she is always doing watercolor like splurges like this. But she has like really nice quality watercolors. But yeah, these are some swirlies that I need to stop calling them swirlies, because I remember you didn't know what I was talking about the first time I mentioned making a swirly drawing. You thought I was talking about a toilet. So I made these swirls. This is something I've done since high school, I think, and like throughout college as well, that if I was in the middle of a class and I was just feeling super tired, I would start drawing these things on my paper as a way of like looking like I'm concentrating and taking notes, but really just keeping myself from falling asleep.
Gosh, I didn't know this was the start of your process.
You didn't?
I did not.
I guess not.
You gave me all of your pages. I have tons.
Yeah. I didn't realize. I only ever sent you the end result.
Yeah.
I guess I just thought you would be inside my brain like usual.
I mean, it had to start somehow, but I never pictured.
Yeah.
Lovely.
You just draw some shapes all around the page, just as many squiggles as possible on each shape, and then I fill in each shape. I usually go like shape by shape first, but then when I start drawing squiggles on the outside, spoiler alert, then I have to make sure I go like in a clockwise order, or like, left to right in rows or whatever, so that I don't, you'll see the logic to it. Or maybe
see.
Anyway, I feel like I had an anecdote or two from this week.
I definitely had one. I already told you, but since our audience hears these Avery anecdotes, I'm going to tell this other one. He was saying something. You might remember the wording better because I told you. He was saying something that he wasn't going to forget something any second. Mm-hmm. And it's just so cute. He has these opposite memories of phrases, or he just comes up with them, and it's like normally it's like, like any second now I'm going to do this, but it's like I'm not going to do it any second. None of the seconds will this happen, or whatever it was. It's like he's too cute.
I love the logic.
And then one more, Felicity always, like, she can read now, so when she wants me to play a song on the radio again, she will usually say the title because she's seen it and read it. Avery doesn't know how to read, and also even if he could, his angle doesn't really work the best to see the titles.
Oh, like in the car?
In the car, yes. Okay. Sorry, yes. See where I am in my brain. So he'll usually just be like, can we play that again? Or can you play the Darth Vader song? Anyway, today he... see if you can guess the song, but he said he wanted me to play Funny One again.
Funny One.
You're never going to guess it. It was Belle. At the very end of the song, it's like, she's a really funny one, Belle.
Oh my gosh.
Like, that's such a small moment, but I knew what he was talking about.
Oh my gosh.
And it just, went along with the song just ended. Can you play funny one again? It was like,
Yeah.
You're so cute. It's just whatever the last thing you heard was, that's what it was called. Doesn't matter what anyone else says.
That makes sense. I hope he doesn't say that not again.
I was saying, like, it could be worrying for other people. It's like, why don't they know what song this is? I just name it by what the words were.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
This paper's got some interesting, like, texture to it. Kind of looks like paper towel design. Do you see it?
Watercolors, just like cold pressed or some pressed watercolor.
Paper?
Paper. Okay, wait, I had one thing, because when I was making, I just put water all over the watercolor paper before I put any actual color down, but I had to pull my big brush out of storage that, like, I haven't painted in a really long time, and I didn't think it was a big deal because it was enclosed in a bag with all my other art supplies. But when I dipped it in the water and started spreading it on the paper, it was like dust everywhere. Like, oh dang. So like I wiped off the paper and like swished the paintbrush in the water a little bit vigorously just to get it off, and then tried again. It's like still so dusty. Just I need to do a proper cleaning with this brush, like with soap and everything. It was just like I really haven't used these supplies in a long time. It makes sense. Yeah, speaking of not using stuff in a long time, I had a big bag full of stuff that I was going to give to Goodwill, and earlier this week we just happened to go by, so I had it in the car, we dropped it off, it was perfect, but it was just funny because I handed it off to the worker there, and when I got into the car, Felicity's like, Elena, no, I wanted that stuff. Michelle had to just be like, Felicity, it's hers, like it's her stuff, and then like yes. It wasn't yours to begin with, you don't need it because it was her junk, and if it was junk to her, it's junk to you. Like. Yeah.
But I mean, at the same time, we had just given her old shirts of ours. So if you're giving away old clothes, that was the precious clothes she just received. Maybe that's where her thoughts went.
It could be. Yeah. It was like, you had said something that just reminded me of it when she was yelling about the Goodwill bag. It's like she brings like full emotions to certain things that you wouldn't expect. Yes. Like there was on Hulu, some movie was saying like, leaving soon. I think it was like Turbo, like 1 day left on the thing, yes. And she got near to tears over that. It was just like, you don't even watch it, or like maybe you watched it once.
Yeah, it is not a favorite. It's fine. Like we've seen it, but yeah. But it's also, she goes right there to tears. Like you can see them welling up in her eyes, but then it's like, also, Lena has those Blu-rays or DVDs in her special box there, and she's like, oh, okay. All the way done, reset.
Yep. Oh, she's a character. There, okay, so this is the reason why I do them all in a particular order, is so that when they get close enough that I can join them, I was fair, I didn't just join arbitrarily. They all go in their own little order.
Okay.
That'll keep you engaged in class.
Indeed.
Oh my gosh. Michelle and I just experienced this anecdote, which I'll share with you folks. So we're in Shell's room right now. She has the baby monitor on so that the kids can like call for help if they need something. But Felicity was saying, and Michelle was saying that this is not the first time she's brought it up, but one of Felicity's complaints tonight was just that she had to sleep alone. And Michelle was just like, you're just gonna go to sleep just like every night. And one of the last thing Felicity had to say is like, it's not fair that you get to sleep with someone but I don't. So cute. I love that logic.
Yeah, so there's more to that. Like when the kids are sick, I let them come in my room. Maybe you can sleep longer and they're just all tuckered out and sweet. So it's like a special thing they want to happen more. It became so much a thing that is one of her nightly words that she says before we close the door. Like she used to have this whole routine of what she needed to say before I closed the door. Like Avery has one too now, but it's shortened and like cut off some stuff over time, but that one is not left. It's like, can I sleep in your room tonight? They need to have their questions asked. Like Avery notices. Like I don't know if I was doing it on purpose or if I just accidentally skipped one, but he has to say his thing 3 times. And my response has to change each time, but because I didn't give the correct, I had given the second response.
Oh my goodness!
Instead of the first, and then I went on to the last one. He was like, "No, Mom, I need to say it 3 times." Like, Oh my goodness, like I thought we could just move on. It was gonna be okay. It was not gonna be okay.
Oh my gosh.
There's nothing we could do. Had to just start over and get the 3.
And it's crazy too, because like it seemed like these things just sprouted out of the kids of their own, like, it's so random. I wouldn't have thought it was a universal experience. But we see Instagrams all the time of, like, kids right before you go to sleep, like, how did the universe get started?
Yeah.
Like, it's just a thing everybody has. Like, all the kids want to ask questions. Maybe they ask their own unique questions every single night, like, different ones every night. But I know with Felicity and Avery, it's a script.
Yes. Yeah, if anyone has some comments, share what your kids say to you, or share if you remember what you said to your parents. And Mom, did you remember us saying anything repeatedly, like needing it to be the tradition?
Oh my gosh. Okay, that brings me to another thought from earlier this week, is because yeah, we were leaving Goodwill, I think, and Michelle was saying, like, we're going to go to one other store, and if you guys do a good job, then we'll see about doing such and such other thing. And that was in response to something that Felicity had asked her. And then Avery, a second later, was like, hey, Mom, are we going home? And so Shell had to go through the whole thing. No, we're going to one other store, and then, it just was a whole thing. And I realized that Shell and I are each one of 5 kids, and I was wondering, Mom,
oh my gosh,
Mom, did you have to say things 5 times in a row for all of us? Tell us, Mom.
Yes, share your motherhood.
And because you guys don't have the benefit of talking to our mom in person like we will, I'll put what her response is in the description of this video.
Yes. Also, it's just the habit forming stuff is because Felicity had started doing that for a while, and she had a whole long routine. And then sometimes we would switch up bedtimes where, like, normally it had been we would put Avery down for bed first and then Felicity, but one time we switched it up. So, oh no.
You ran out of time.
We ran out of time. It's a good one. Remind me to say it next time.
No, wait, I want to know. We'll just keep it on this end screen for a while.
Okay. So yeah, one time Avery was there for Felicity's bedtime first, so he heard her questioning, and he's like, "Wow, what an interesting thing!" So he needed to do that as well.
Goodness.
So that's how his started.
Yeah. Gosh.
But I don't mind. It's a precious nighttime routine. It just helps him settle and know now it's bedtime. The door is closed. Mm-hmm. I'll see you tomorrow. The store is closed.
Yes. Well, everyone, thank you for watching this video. I'll probably have more of these in the future if I ever get to, like I did with this one, where I just didn't really want to make anything 3D. So look forward to more swirls later.
Yes, it's fun and relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll see you next time.
Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum.
Mwah.